Good evening, my Rosalins and Rosalkins. Mother is back, and I want to talk about how getting the rich man doesn't mean being male centered. It just doesn't. It really does not. So I understand that some people feel like women who want romantic relationships at some point in their life are male centered and they have to be a pick me, but I don't believe that. I believe getting the rich man means that you are actually self centered because you're understanding that you're putting in the time and effort to cultivate the best version of you, and therefore you will attract the best version of a man that's made for you as well, respectfully. So, the problem that women get like confused about, and I did at one point, is that you feel that you have to die, breathe, and live for men. That is not what this channel is saying at all. As a woman, you are your first priority. I don't give a damn, quite frankly, how anybody feels about that because it's the truth. Just like I would tell a man, as a man, you are your first priority. It is what it is. So, since we Roslins are our own first priority above everybody else, we understand that the good things in life that we want, whether it be love, finances, success, mental health, healthiness, a healthy lifestyle, opportunity, traveling, whatever we want in life to have for ourselves that will make our life and us happy, right? And better. We understand that you have to invest into yourself. You have to take classes. You have to spend money. You have to learn how to budget, become financially literate. You have to prepare yourself health wise. Make sure you go to the gym. Make sure you're not being a big back. You have to do all these different things to cultivate that lifestyle. So that means that you're prioritizing yourself and the decisions you make and what you desire in life. The gag is, though, that a lot of women feel that you have to prioritize what men want in order to get men. I don't believe that. I believe you become aware of what a certain type of man wants, but that is something in the back of your mind, not the forefront. You are becoming a better you because you want to be that woman for yourself first and foremost. But a man that has his shit together will come along, see that you're that type of woman that's on his level, and then cuff you. You get what I'm saying? So the formula here is be the best woman for yourself. The men will come. Just like they tell men, be the best man for yourself. The woman will come. You will both find each other when it is time because you're both on the same level and wavelength and you are at your best, not your worst, collectively and together and by yourselves, right? And so I encourage you, my Roslins, to make sure that if you truly want that type of a lifestyle, that type of man, you be the best you for you first and foremost. You do not change yourself for a man. You do not change your hobbies for a man. If you know you are into the gym, if you know that you like horror movies, don't be changing to attract a certain type of man that is wealthy, just and when I say rich, successful man, just so that he could like you. If he Christian and he don't fuck with horror movies and you ever talking about, yeah, well maybe I could just like give up horror movies. No, because you're not being authentic to yourself and it's not gonna work because now you put on the front and you're deceiving him. The point is that you can authentically be your best self, Rosalind, and like what you like and have the desires you have. And there can be a man in your life that's a rich man, aka successful man, that still wants you and also can relate to you. You should never, and this goes for men or women, change yourself for your partner. The core of you should never change. That's not how this works. You have to be so centered on yourself that someone else can identify with you because they understand you because you are you 24/7 and you're the best version of yourself. And then you two could come together and make something work. So, what Mother is saying is that my Rosalins, please, please, please do not be male centered. Do not be trying to figure out, like, oh my God, like, do men like short hair? Do men like long hair? You know how they have, like, the feminine gurus nowadays and how to get a man and all that? I don't really listen to that. I listen to the self development because I understand every time I've ever glowed up in my life, it always attracted a new level of people with great character that cared, that was a blessing in the season of my life that I found myself in. And it also helped cultivate a better me. And therefore, I met people that were on that same wavelength. It was never having to read a book about femininity, etc., etc., etc. It's good to understand your feminine attributes, your feminine power, right? And to understand the masculine power as well for men, as a woman looking in and that wants a relationship, heterosexual relationship with a man. but it's another to be consumed. And that's why for my Redco journey at one point in my life, my early 20s, I felt like, okay, like this is cool, but I was starting to become obsessive with it, you know? And that's not the point of anything in life. You should never become so obsessive with something that you start to lose yourself and you start trying to create a persona of who you're really not, especially as a woman when it comes down to the dating world. So that's why Mother is saying you have to have a balance, but getting a rich man does not mean you're male centered. You do not need to be. I would actually caution against it. You need to be self centered and a man who sees your value, who relates to you, who connects with you, that is also on the same level as you, will want you. And it will be a better match made in heaven than a deceptive match made in hell because you're trying to play a role that you're not really about as a woman. So, that being said, my Rosalind's mother's going to say, ciao.